I'm Greg Nibbler, and this is Fox 12 Now. For this segment, we took a trip out to the Oregon Rail Heritage Center to take a look at the trains and check out the Holiday Express. Located right in Southeast Portland, the Holiday Express runs from November 29th to January 4th. Renee, thank you for having us down here.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. Now, for everybody at home, we are here at the Oregon Rail Heritage Center.
Yes.
And can you tell us what you do here?
So I'm the executive director here at the center. The center is a mostly volunteer-run organization. It's been in existence for 12 years, just over 12 years. And the volunteers are the ones that got it going and continue to make it operate. So
I mean, I gotta say, one of the first things I noticed when I walk in here is this building is massive.
it's big.
As are these trains.
The trains are pretty big. You gotta have a big building for the big trains.
So tell me about, this is a heritage center for Oregon Rail. So how important was rail to Oregon and, maintaining these things here so people can come and visit it?
Yeah, absolutely. Rail's important and has been important for the whole United States in lots of different ways, through commerce, transportation of people. One of the locomotives we have here is a 197, and it helped bring a lot of people out back in 1905 for the Lewis and Clark expedition. So after that, our population increased by about 100,000 people, and that locomotive helped bring a bunch of those people out here.
Wow, the locomotive here. So maintaining that memory, showing,
absolutely,
that historical aspect of it. For people that come down, what's one of the best things for you, being executive director? Obviously, you must like trains.
I do like trains.
You do like trains.
I do like trains.
Seeing someone come in here for the first time, what do you think is one of the biggest things that people notice and that they're most
What
excited
really
about?
is that moment when you walk in here and when you first see how big these are, that it is this, it's sort of humbling experience. I also think when you can look closely at the way that they work and the way that they operate and realize that none of it was built with using a computer. And the kids, it just, when the kids come in here, and we had a kid here last weekend, and he was trying to get his family's attention, and he kept going, hey you guys, there's a giant locomotive right there. And he's like, 4 years old, and just that sort of excitement is why we do this.
What do you think it is about trains that still brings out that excitement, whether you're 4 years old or on up?
Yeah, I think it's that travel and where are they going, where have they been, that adventure, that sense that you get,
Well, and talking about adventure, we're going to take a holiday adventure here in a minute.
Yes.
So tell us about this experience that we're going to go have.
So the Holiday Express is been in operation since 2005. So this is the 19th year. It started, the volunteers started it, and they still operate it. Everybody else besides me here today is a volunteer. We have vintage rail cars that you get on, and they're all decorated differently. Each car is unique. There's no bad seat on the train. Santa Claus will come through, passes out candy canes, a lot of fun, a lot of smiles. A lot of excitement. So
nice, and you get to see some really pretty, beautiful parts.
Beautiful parts of the city, I think.
Yeah.
The Springwater corridor is really, really fantastic. Oaks Park is also doing a lighting, but so you get to see the lights down there, the Christmas lights down at Oaks Park.
So it really is a whole festive celebration all right down here in Southeast Portland.
It is,
yeah.
And Oaks Park, was built in 1905 also, so it's a historic theme park, so you get histories on both ends, right?
Yeah, history, fun, and Santa.
And Santa, what could be better?
What could be better? All right, well, we're gonna go take a ride on that and check it out. Thanks for talking to us.
Have fun.
David, thank you for having some time to talk to us.
Sure.
Really excited to learn about the Holiday Express. Before we do that, though, how long have you been working here at the museum?
About 14 years.
Wow.
2010 was my first year down here.
And have you always loved trains? Has that always been a part of your DNA or something you learned later?
Yeah, I blame my father. I have a picture of me as a bald-headed kid in the dome of the California Zephyr when I was 5 years old. So that's kind of when it started.
Yeah, that started just a few years ago.
Just a couple, yeah.
Yeah. Well, talking about the Holiday Express, one of the things here that I think is really cool is you get to experience riding on this train, but the main engine, it's a steam engine. Correct?
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about that?
So they're mostly antiques at this point, right? So I believe the one that we're using is round numbers 100 years old.
Wow.
I'd have to go look at the poster to be sure.
Old enough.
Old enough, yeah. So there's this group of belovable lunatics who like to work on these things, and so they've developed a lot of the skills of machining, welding, metallurgy, all the kind of stuff you need to be able to keep these guys in reasonable repair.
So when you get on board, you walk onto the Holiday Express, what do you think, what should people expect when they walk on? Knowing about what you know about the passenger cars and all of that.
Sure. The cars that we use are also antiques. The average age is probably 70 years old. The oldest car on the train was built in about 1936, and it's in pretty good shape. It's the stainless steel car, which is good. The other cars were basically built in the mid-1950s and was the last major round of investment the railroads made before they stopped. They kind of saw the handwriting on the wall in terms of it being a money-making enterprise. So the cars you walk on, if you feel a little bit like you're going back to the 1950s, you're not wrong.
I was going to say, I mean, it seems like that is part of the experience that you have with this. Yeah.
Some outfits underline that a lot more than we do, but you go on, and we've done a lot of decorations for Christmas. There are a lot of people that really enjoy doing the decorating, and they get appropriately carried away.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, that's part of that, again, going back to that thing. How long does it take to decorate those?
Oh, the decorations, it's usually a couple or maybe 3 or 4 people get together, and they'll kind of have their favorite cars. Usually takes them a day or two. It depends upon how much of the old stuff they can find.
Right, yeah, to add into that. Well, I mean, for people who are going to go ride this, maybe they haven't been on a train before, maybe definitely not something like this, most likely. What do you think is the most common experience that they're going to have when they're getting off of that after going through this?
Well, when they're getting, so the payoff for us, because most of us don't get paid to do this stuff, right? So the payoff is seeing small people, kids, get off the train, and they're just bouncing, and they're looking for a puddle to splash through and all this kind of stuff. And the joy that they have, and the joy that the parents have of being able to give them that experience, that's the payoff.
Does it bring you back to being 5 years old again?
A little bit.
Yeah. Seeing some of that same jubilation over it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having some time to talk to us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for coming down. We appreciate the interest.
Love it.